6:14. Time now to say good morning to Mike Eppel for the latest in business news this Tuesday morning. Hello, Mike.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good.
Doing all right. It's early to be determined.
Okay, it's still early. Not even 6:30. We'll see how it goes. Not so good for the founder of FTX. The more and more this develops, I feel like this is going to be a Netflix documentary in the making.
It's already in production, I think.
Yeah, right? Probably is. There you go.
Yes, the authorities in the Bahamas late yesterday afternoon, Tammie, arrested Sam Bankman-Fried, who right now is no longer a freed man, so to speak. He's under arrest in the Bahamas at the behest of American regulators. Bankman-Fried hasn't actually been charged by Bahamian officials. He's facing criminal indictment in the United States, where they're looking to have him extradited. He will fight that, but the litany of charges, which will be revealed later today by the American regulators and police, likely to be a mile long after the collapse of FTX, one of the most high-profile trading platforms, considering its list of celebrity endorsers, who I think, Tammie, that's going to be one of the more fascinating aspects of this trial when it takes place. All the names that are going to come out, and I think the connections, I suppose, that Bankman-Fried has to various political connections, and just the high-profile nature of this case, considering that at its collapse, it was a company worth, an estimated $30 billion, which would make it one of the largest failures in corporate history, exceeding that of Enron and WorldCom and so many others, even the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. So you're right. The story, it's been interesting to this point. Now we kind of are going to get the behind the scenes goings on of what exactly transpired here, what went wrong to cause the collapse of FTX, and the ripple effect it's had. Let's face it, on the crypto exchanges and the enthusiasm, I'd say, about cryptocurrencies in general, because of course Bitcoin is down something like 60% so far this year, and just got crunched under the weight of all of this.
Right. It sends fear, throughout the markets. It reminds me of like a fire festival situation. Everyone's there to support it, and
not a
then
bad
all
analogy.
Of a sudden it crumbles.
Indeed.
So we move on to the Bank of Canada now. Tiff Macklem, you were talking about this yesterday. He had his end-of-year speech in BC, and he talked about some of the risks behind not raising interest rates enough.
And that's kind of a signal that rates probably are still going to go up a little bit again at the January meeting. He did say that the next interest rate announcement, which is on January 25th, will be data dependent. So we'll have lots of economic signals between now and then. But what he was talking about was what's already transpired this year, 7 interest rate increases, how fast they've gone up. Yes, he acknowledges that the economy is being affected, specifically real estate, let's face it. Mortgage rates have gone up, demonstrably, but, the overall economy still hasn't cooled all that much. And inflation, it's still way above, where the Bank of Canada is targeting at 2%. It's still north of 6%. So he says basically rates probably have to almost overshoot, if you will, to bring inflation down, because if you don't do enough, then inflation becomes entrenched and it just cycles even higher. Now, again, I've talked about this too. Some price pressures are coming down, Tammie. Price for gas, transportation costs, a lot of raw materials. So maybe that'll be the saving grace in 2023 from the fight on inflation.
Inflation for sure. 6:19, we have run out of time, unfortunately, Mike, but we will chat with you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
No problem.